Hi, I'm Chau. I am so excited to be reading this new book with you today called Full Cicada Moon by Marilyn Hilton. Now, a little bit about the author. Marilyn Hilton discovered her love for writing at second grade. She wrote her first story called Dimey, and it's a story about a dime that traveled all around the world in people's pocket. Her second grade teacher said that she had a gift for writing, which is a true gift to tell someone that who does have that gift for writing, because it stayed with her, and throughout her life she did everything to learn more about what it takes to be a great writer, from editing to joining newspapers, magazines, yearbooks, anything. It wasn't until later in life that she pursued it full-time by getting her master's in creative writing, and then really got into writing stories. And because of that, we have the privilege to read one of her books. Now, I'm excited about this book for a couple reasons. One is that the way it's written, it's actually almost like a poem. I mean, it's technically like a poem, but it's very concise and descriptive. And when you close your eyes as you read, you can visually see everything that Marilyn has written for her character. Mimi is a half Japanese, half black young girl who is moving to Vermont. So we've learned from her perspective of the year that she's moved there, navigating through school and being the new kid and discovering her love for science. And at the same time, it's set in 1969, so the Apollo 11 mission is getting ready to go to the moon. So obviously that is her love. And she's come from a mixed race family, and so she's dealing with that and also standing up for what she believes in and what is right. So when you read this, you understand that positive change can start with just one person who can speak up. So that's a great message, and I'm really excited to read with you today. So we have time for a few short chapters, so let's get started. Flying to Vermont, January 1st, 1969. I wish we had flown to Vermont instead of riding on a bus, train, bus, all the way from Berkeley. 10 hours would have soared compared to 6 days. But 2 plane tickets, one for me and one for Mama, would have cost a lot of money, and Papa already spent so much when he flew home at Thanksgiving. Mama is sewing buttons on my new slacks and helping me fill out the forms for my new school in Hillsboro, our new town. This might be a new year, but 7th grade is halfway done, and I'll be the new girl. I'm stuck at the ethnicity part. Check only one, it says. The choices are white, black, Puerto Rican, Portuguese, Hispanic, Oriental, other. I am half Mama, half Papa, and all of me. Isn't that all anyone needs to know? But the form says all items must be completed. So I ask, other? Mama pushes her brows together, making what Papa calls her Toshiro Mifune face. Check all that apply, she says. But it says just one. Do you listen to your mother or a piece of paper? I check off black, cross out Oriental, and write Japanese with a check mark. What will we do now, Mimi-chan? Mama asks, which means, will you read or do algebra so you're not behind? Take a nap, I say. Mama frowns, but I close my eyes and pretend we're flying. The bus driver is a pilot, and every bump in the road becomes an air pocket in the sky. Hatsumi. A joke wakes me up. I was dreaming my Hatsumi, the first dream of the new year. If I tell my Hatsumi, it won't come true, because in Japanese, speak sounds just like let go. I dreamt I was a bird, strong and brown and fast, with feathers tipped magenta and gold. I shot straight up into the air like a Saturn rocket, then swooped and dived, the sun's warming my back. I pumped my wings and glided over the desert and the sea. The air filled my lungs and the wind lifted my wings higher and higher over the mountains and above the clouds. the moon grew large and I stretched to touch it. Maybe it was a good luck dream, and this will be a good year for Papa and Mama and me. That's what I hope. But what if my Hatsumi meant bad luck? Mama says to let go of your bad dreams by telling them. Papa says to bury your bad dreams in a hole as deep as your elbow. The ground in New England is frozen, so if I listen to Papa, I'll have to wait until spring. I'll listen to Mama instead and write my dream on paper. So either way, good luck or bad, my Hatsumi will not be spoken. I have never flown before, but one day I will soar. Waxing gibbous. I studied the old farmer's almanac that Santa had put in my stocking from cover to cover. I like reading about the moon, and I've memorized all its names and phases. I know the moon tonight is waxing gibbous, almost the full wolf moon. It has chased us outside the bus window, all the way from Boston, bounding through the sky, skipping across rooftops, dodging trees like it has one last word to tell us. I remember, Papa said, if you leave eggs under a waxing moon, all your chicks will hatch. And Mama said, if you make a wish on the moon, over your shoulder, it will come true. I whisper to the moon on my shoulder, I wish all my dreams will hatch. Reflections. This bus lulls. Some people are reading, some are sleeping. Two ladies behind us are talking. The baby up front chuckles hoarsely. Someone is sipping tomato soup. And in back, Glenn Campbell is singing Wichita Lineman on the radio. All of us who don't know one another are riding together on this Trailways bus to Vermont on the first night of 1969. It doesn't feel like Ashigatsu, New Year's Day, because Mama couldn't make ozoni and sushi, and black-eyed peas and collard greens, and we couldn't sip warm sake from the shallow cups. Mama says she doesn't care about those things because we're traveling to meet Papa. But what bothers her is that no man crossed our threshold this morning because we don't have a threshold today. And that means we'll have bad luck all year. I told her we can find a man to visit our new house, but she said, too late. The lady across the aisle is knitting a scarf. She's been staring at Mama and me ever since the sun set. I want to stick out my tongue at her reflection in our window, just to let her know. I know, but that would disgrace Mama and disappoint Papa. So I opened the Time magazine with the 3 Apollo 8 astronauts on the cover, the Men of the Year. That came just before we left, which Auntie Sashi slipped into my bag at the door with a note, have a safe journey. So this is a good time to stop. I really want to read more with you, but we don't have much more time. And I hope you continue your journey to read this book and really feel out what Mimi goes through in the rest of this book and how it ends. So thank you again for spending some time with me, and